Good afternoon or morning. I think it's still morning. Yeah, still morning. Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you had a good day with your families. Yeah. I've decided to go on a little walk. This is actually a walk I used to do all the time. It sort of takes you down to the river. So I thought, why not go on a little walk, clear the mind. It's actually a really nice walk too. So yeah, it's currently Boxing Day, December 26, 2025. And yeah, thought I'd capture the whole thing because I used to come here probably quite a few times, like from when I started living in the area. And yeah, it was kind of like a path that I never really captured. I remember I came down here with my drone when I first got my drone. So it's actually a really nice walk. So I figured I'd go out today and just clear the mind, get in nature, a little bit of peace. You've got the park sort of to the left there, but that ends shortly. So yeah, how was everyone's Christmas? Did they have a good day? A lot of food? Spend some time with your loved ones? A lot of happiness, a lot of drinks? I'm sure it was a good day. But yeah, I guess we can sort of just walk and talk, clear out all the stuff that's going on in the mind. Yeah, I don't think many people do use this path. I haven't really seen many people use this path. So it's about a 20 minute hike through all the bush and all that stuff. So I did buy a chest strap, so you sort of put it around your chest and you mount the the camera to your chest. But excuse me, I don't know. I figured, seeing as I'm holding the camera, I'm going to be probably putting it down on a tripod. It'd probably be easier to just not put on the strap, but I'll use it at some point. I do plan on making more videos, walks like this, talking, all that good stuff. I think it actually helps. It actually helps. I look at it as like an outlet, kind of at that point where just having a space to, be in nature and just talk your thoughts, get it out there. And this part's very beautiful. I love this part. So the bend, and you got this. Yeah, so just like talking the thoughts. I think a lot of men don't usually do that. They kind of just bottle up all their stuff inside, and it's destructive to do that stuff, to hold it all within. Also look at it like therapy in a way. Being able to, you know, I'm at that point, yeah, like I said, I don't really care. Like if I'm publishing this online, I don't really care what people think or say. You sort of move past that. And yeah, who knows, maybe if like someone else relates to it or someone else is going through something, they can sort of use it as, you know, maybe they'll come across a video and maybe realize they're not the only ones out there that are going through some stuff, and encouraging more men and women to express and talk. I think it's a positive thing. So yeah, I've been spending a lot of time talking to God as well. Got a few stories on that, and maybe we'll save it to when we get down to the actual river. But yeah, good. Like I don't really plan this stuff. I just sort of talk, and however it comes out, it comes out. Like I'm not sitting there thinking about writing a script or anything like that. I'm not really for that. I respect it because, you know, a lot of people put some time into the creative art, and yeah, it's cool to see like the finished product and whatnot. But I think this is as raw as it gets, you know. Being able to talk in front of a camera is like something I've never thought I would do. But yeah, I suppose just doing it, I guess. Okay, so at the fork, can either go left or right. I generally can't even speak. Haven't had breakfast, by the way. I usually always go right, because for some reason, without knowing, I always come back on the left path. So we'll continue the same path. I've taken a lot of people on this walk too. I kind of stumbled across this myself back in the day. Actually, this would be a cool place to camp. So you got the water there too. This would actually be a cool place to camp. I mean, you're camping on a trail, so there is that. But it's not a bad spot. Not that you would be lighting fires in a park, campfires and that stuff, but yeah. But what else? What else? I had something I was going to say, but I forgot. Oh, yeah, so I've taken a few people on this path just to sort of, you know, show them what's actually in the area, because a lot of people don't realize that there's water right behind so the park. So yeah, I think it's a good place to, you know, get in touch with nature. I wanted to come here a few weeks back, but because we're in the middle of, hello mate, there's a magpie. Cause it's peak summer, generally like you don't want to come out here because there are snakes in these areas, and I've actually seen a few. So don't want to come out here on a hot day because the path does get a little bit confined. But yeah, this part here, I don't think you'll come across many people here is where it sort of gets a little bit more compact. But yeah, come out here on a cooler day. Don't come out here in the peak heat, because there is a chance you'll stumble across like a brown snake or a red belly. I haven't seen a red belly in the area, but I was close to seeing one about a year ago. I was walking down a path. I used to take this path, sort of leads to the park, and it was about 10 minutes before I got there. There was a worker in the park doing the filtration revamp in the park, and yeah, he was telling me, mate, if you came down here 10 minutes before, you probably would have got bitten by a red belly. So yeah, apparently he kicked it. I'd hope not, but it just, yeah, red bellies are kind of just like, they'll run. Whereas if it was a brown snake, forget it, man. Like, they'll chase you, especially during mating season. So yeah, just things to be cautious of. There's signs all over the park that kind of just state like, snakes in the area, be mindful. So yeah, so I think that leads back to the path. So okay, so where we're going is down there. That's where we came from. But when we come back up from down there, I find that I always go right here, because I think that's the path that I came, and then that leads me to the initial fork, which is that left-hand side. So that's actually good to know, because now I've sort of got an idea where I am. I've brought like a backpack with me, just some water. Don't think I'll need a first aid kit, but you should bring one with you just in case. But yeah, this will probably be a long video. I don't know if I'm going to be cutting and all that stuff, editing much. I think it's just getting raw thoughts out. But I tell ya, like, just being here and talking to a camera in nature, it is a nice feeling. So I will try and do more of that. But yeah, currently, I suppose this is a little bit of a life update. Yeah, currently I'm just sort of figuring out things on my own, you know, reflecting on myself and who I am as a person, and just trying to become a better man. I think everyone sort of gets to that point in their life where, you know, things happen and, yeah, one sec. Things happen and you want to better yourself as a human being. I suppose for me, let me just get the camera on me. I suppose for me, it's, I think one thing, when I reflect on myself as a human being, I would say never really put the time and effort into myself and my goals, my interests, my hobbies, almost as if I didn't know what they were. So I suppose this is kind of like a good time in my life to identify those things and just try and just work towards the things that you know, make you happy, bring you peace. I think peace is probably the biggest thing for me. Almost as if my whole life I've never really found peace within myself. And I suppose like moments like this sort of bring me back to reality and say, and tell me like, you know, just go down your path of identifying, discovering who you are as a human being. You know, I'm getting a little bit deep, but I think that's just me as a human. So I like to express, I like to, you know, be in tune with myself and with others around me. Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. But yeah, just back on the whole, oh, here's the water. Just back on the whole, so we got high tide, which is cool. Get to see high tide. What time is it? It's like almost 12 o'clock. Yeah, so where was I? Just being able to find peace within myself. And you know, as humans we tend to get caught up in how the world functions and how the world currently is. I suppose the biggest thing for me is, and I'll sort of touch on this. I'll go over this story actually, even though we're not quite there yet at the river, but might as well. So back at the end of, ooh, what the fuck is that? Spider. Back at the end of 2023, actually Christmas Day 2023. Prior to that, I always considered myself atheist. Sort of coming out of high school, this is nice. This is the little bridge. It smells here though. Doesn't smell nice. Yeah, coming out of high school, I considered myself like atheist. I went and studied design. I did all those things, and you know, I thought I had it all figured out. But oh, careful here. Yeah, thought I had it all figured out, and Christmas 2023 came, and my mum's very, like, you know, religious, and I would always sort of ignore what she had to say and just sort of, oh, here we go again, the talks and this and that. And I think, yeah, Christmas 2023 was a big year. I heard my mum explaining Judgment Day, like, you know, sitting there, and it was just something about it just clicked to me. It was like it painted a picture so vividly in my head, and something came over me. I think the Holy Spirit sort of came in and told me, like, to start believing again. Mind you, this is someone who isn't or wasn't very religious. And from that day, I said to myself, that, so we're here, we're actually at the spot. So it's high tide, as you can see. Hopefully no crocodiles. Yeah, so kind of from that day, I sort of said to myself, like, I want to start believing again, and I started to, believe in God. And it was just funny because prior to 2023, it's like nothing was going right in my life. Nothing was, going well. And I just, basically felt like it was my calling. And from that day, I started to notice things change in my life. I was finding it very hard to land work, and then a good job opportunity came. I met someone who came shortly after, and it was a blessing. And I think what had happened over the years was I started to lose my faith, or not lose my faith, but just let me get this down. Where's a good spot? Not lose my faith, but like just not pray often, not do all the things that you should be doing as a Christian, and I kind of got lost in myself, got a bit comfortable in life, and I think God reminded me that I need to pull you away from certain things in life for you to sort of, I'm gonna pull you back down and show you where you are. You're not where you're meant to be. You've forgotten me. So it was a big reality check, and sort of what God will do for any of those who are watching who believe. I'm sure you've had moments or a moment where you've been left to sort of you've had nothing, everything stripped away from you, and you have no one else to turn to but God. And that to me was a big wake-up call. He sort of put me back on my path, on becoming a better person, trusting in Him, because everything He does for a reason. And just, sort of humbled me in the sense that where I was and where I need to be are two different paths. And I've been praying every day. I've been reading the Bible again. These are things that I used to always sort of never put time and energy into, and there are so many things that sort of stand out to me. Just little parts in the Bible that I sort of stumble across, and it's a big lesson. So that's currently where I am in life. Started to, let me get this down. I should probably put it down. Where's a good spot? So I usually go sit over there on that far block, but it's because it's high tide. I can't really access it now. It would be nice to sit there actually, but that's okay, not today. All right, let's just Let's get this down. There's a good place to sit. I don't know, it feels a little bit too formal. I could sit over here, I guess. Not that that's a bad thing. So yeah, obviously currently in my life, that's where I'm at. And I've started to identify like, you know, my hobbies, interests, things I need to do for myself to become a better human, become a better man. Reflection is key. Just reflecting on yourself, you know, trusting the process, trusting everything. And I can't tell you the feeling when you sort of leave it all in God's hands, the things He does and what He makes happen in your life. You sort of, you get to see. And yeah. Apart from that, I'll give you another sort of little rundown. Christmas, you know, it's that time of the year where you go and you do shopping and, you know, you get presents and all that stuff. And this year, obviously, I wasn't feeling it as much. And I went to go and purchase, you know, something. I said to myself I was going to buy myself a journal. This is something that I've never done in my life, never sort of put my thoughts out on paper. And something was telling me not to do it. Something, like I just couldn't bring myself to do it. It was just like I wasn't motivated enough to do it. And then come Christmas Day, my sister actually bought me a journal. And I sat there and I was just like, wow, like if that's like, I know it's I don't know, like it just seems like I couldn't do it for myself because it's like it was already coming, you know? So, yeah. So that's pretty much, yeah, a little bit of an update on where I am. Apart from that, training, I've been training, you know, for a couple of months now, and that's been a good thing for me. You know, I'm looking at starting Greek dancing, actually. That's that's something that I've never thought I would do, but it's like another hobby, another interest, you know, to sort of prepare me for Greece next year, where I'll be going. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about that. So, yeah. So currently that's where I'm at. I am finding peace and doing the things that will bring me happiness. Putting that time and energy into myself. I feel like my whole life I've always been a giving person, you know, and when it comes to my heart and who I am, I sort of give and give and give, and sometimes you feel like the way you love and the way you are, you expect it from everyone else. Not expecting in terms of giving, but and not giving in the sense of like materialistic. It's more so in the sense of like affection and warmth and understanding and empathy and all those things. It's more so in that sort of sense, the emotional side. But you can sort of see how people can take that, and in the end, it's probably it's wrong to expect people to give you the same love or the same affection as as yourself. But that's something that you learn through time and experience, that not everyone's the same, and you sort of got to understand that everyone is different. Everyone has their own way. Everyone has their own past. Everybody has their own things they're battling, and that is where you sort of start to accept things. I'll be honest and I'll tell you now, who I have been in the past 2 years and prior to that is not who I am as a person, who I want to be as a person. There's a lot of things that I want to sort of change or work on in myself. I think this time is helping me understand all that, and become a better person. In the end, it's just about becoming a better human being, throughout everything, every experience that comes your way, or every person, or every encounter. You sort of take the time to, where am I going with this? Just put in that time and energy into yourself, so you can show up and be the best human you can be, for everyone. We're all not perfect. We all have, pasts, and I'm telling you now, like, this isn't just me jumping in front of a camera and saying I'm better or I'm this, I'm that. It's got nothing. There is no ego attached. There is nothing else but rawness, trying to sort of learning to become a better human being. I think experiences like this sort of guide you and shape you, and you sort of take it back with you and you apply it to your everyday life, and with God, I think He shows you the path, He shows you the light, to becoming the best version of yourself. And we all have history, we all have pasts that some of us are not proud of, but ultimately, like, in the end, just do the best you can on trying to work on yourself and becoming a better human being, so that everyone around you can sort of take it in, and maybe it inspires other people to do better. I think we live in a time where people make mistakes, and then it's so easy to just say, okay, see you later, I'm moving on to the next thing, or I'm doing the next thing, or I think forgiveness is a big word. First, you got to sort of love yourself and forgive yourself, and that's with anything. And obviously, forgiving other people who have hurt you or done wrong by you, because you can't. Hating someone is not of God. yeah, these things are, it's not the way to be in life. And all those negative emotions sort of, they don't serve you any purpose. I think, yeah, at the end of the day, just try to change and try to become a better human being, and yeah, you'll figure it all out. So I was a bit nervous getting in front of the camera, but as the more you do it, you get used to it, obviously. You get nervous because you're putting yourself to the public and in a vulnerable state. But like I said, you just get to a point where you don't really care about other people's opinions or you know, what they think or anything like that, because you're so invested in trying to, you know, focus on yourself. So yeah, hope, how long was that? That's 36 minutes of just me talking. Yeah, I suppose that's me currently. It's where I'm at in life. It's a good place to be in. It's a good self-reflection period. I've got some time off work now, which is nice. I might be doing more of these walks. I might be just continuing to, continuing to, just talk and express. And like I said, if anyone wants to chat or, wants to just get anything that is on their mind or get it off their chest, I'm always open to, and I'm always here to talk to, I guess is what I'm saying. I think as people, it's, especially during these times, it's probably good to reach out to each other and reassure each other, life is good, life will get better. You just got to trust the process, trust in God. And yeah, it's a long journey. So, yep, that's me by the river. So yeah, 40 minutes, we'll cut this at 40 minutes. So, we could cut it now. So, either way, hopefully you guys, everything's going well in everyone's life. If it's not, then yeah, reach out. Like I said, hopefully the new year will bring you some joy, some happiness, some reflection, some healing, all those things that, we need to do as human beings in order to become our best versions of ourselves. So yeah, a lot's changing. Let me just say that. A lot's changing in my life. Yeah, I'm sure you'll see it over time. But yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I am looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah. Anyway, guys, one last look. We'll get sort of that's where we came from. You can see the water's high tide. And this is the spot. Yeah, let me know if anyone's watched this in the comments. Leave me a message or private DM. If things aren't going well in your life, just reach out, and I'm more than happy to chat. Is probably where anyway, I've talked enough. But yeah, so just I'm wishing everyone, you know, a safe holidays. Hope you're spending it with your families and your loved ones, and taking this time off to really learn about yourself, grow as a human being, and, you know, just keep doing all that positive stuff for yourself in the end. Alrighty. Yeah. Have a good one. If I don't see you guys before the new year, Happy New Year. Yeah. Peace out, everyone. Bye.